Welcome into the recap of the White Sox rough 10-3 loss to the San Francisco Giants Saturday afternoon in San Francisco, California. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, where every Lakeside client has their own Lakeside banker. That's why I've been a client for more than 20 years. My best banking experience ever. Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Not a good day. I'm about at the end of the Eric Fetty experience. He's just not very good, and I would think Hagen Smith would be up here sooner rather than later. I made a call today to somebody who just scouted him, and he said, kid stuff's electric. His command is a little off, and he'd be hesitant to bring him up right now, but he said not too far down the road if he can harness the great arsenal of stuff that he has. But that's for another day. Let's get into what happened today, because there was something that happened in this game that can never, ever be allowed to happen again for the Chicago White Sox. And if you watched it, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. All of it's brought to you by our great partners at Tasty Trade. Stocks, crypto, futures, options, whatever you trade, your platform should always be tastytrade.com. So the Sox are down 3-0 in this ball game. In the bottom of the fourth, Schmidt out on a sac fly, 1-0, and then Daniel Susac a deep base hit, and that drives in both Chapman and Rafael Devers. It is 3-0 Giants. But in the fifth, Drew Romo gets a hit. That brings in Jared Kelenic. Sam Antonacci, a force out. That brings in Tristan Peters. Miguel Vargas, a double. That brings in Antonacci. And all of a sudden, 3-3, and I'm thinking, wow. The people in my house who are all visiting this weekend, a bunch of them are Sox fans. They're all like, yes, here they go. But Eric Fetty's not very good. And then Miguel Vargas did something that can never be allowed to happen again. Bottom five, Casey Schmidt hits a home run. Arise is aboard. He'd gotten a base hit, and it's now a 5-3 game. But you're still in it. 5-3? You're right in the ball game. Pop up to Vargas behind third, just onto the outfield grass. He loses it in the sun. 2-base hit, and you got a man standing at second base. Fetty walks two guys, and then a pop-up in foul territory. That should end the inning. Pop-up in foul territory. Here he comes. Vargas again. He loses it in the sun. Again. Second time in the same inning. Have you never heard of sunglasses? Oh, my God. And when you lose the first one in the sun, and it's a gorgeous sunny day in San Francisco, does no one on the bench go, bro, sunglasses, here you go? It just blows my mind. And he misses it. It's a foul ball. Harrison Bader then takes, I think it was 2 pitches later, way up, way out, grand slam, out of here to dead center over the wall, and it's a 9-3 game, and that'll be all. This ball game is over. If you watched it, post your thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. You drop or miss 2 pop-ups in the sun, and you don't have sunglasses on? What are we doing here? That is the difference in this ball game. A 5-3 game, you're right in it. A 9-3 game? That'll be all. Thanks for coming. And as I said, Eric Fetty, that experience and experiment is just about finished. Let's get into the player of the game first. I'm going to give it to Harrison Bader. I could go a number of ways here. Hard to pick a White Sox player when you get blown out to that degree. I could go with Schmidt, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, but I'm going to go with Bader, 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and that blew the game open, and that wins it for the Giants. They put it on cruise control from there, and they end up beating the White Sox again by a final of 10-3. So Harrison Bader, you are the Gallagher Insurance Player of the Game since 1927. Our great partners at Gallagher have been serving Chicago, partnering with businesses of every size to provide insurance, risk management, and people strategies to help you take on any challenge. Learn more at ajg.com. A look through the box score, folks, pretty telling today. Sox, as I said, battled back from a 3-0 deficit to get this thing tied. And then the rest of the way, they did absolutely nothing offensively. So let's roll through the box score, brought to you by SinusandSnoringMD.com. Normally around this time of year, my allergies really kick my butt. SinusandSnoringMD.com has helped me with allergies. They've helped me not to snore. Much better. Great experience. SinusandSnoringMD.com. So the White Sox went with an opener today in Hudson. Then they went to Fetty. But offensively, Vargas 2 for 4 with an RBI. A 2-hit day for Tristan Peters, 2 for 2. I thought he did a really nice job. He's a solid defender. This guy's had a really good 7 or 8 days after hitting that big 3-run home run against the Cubs last Sunday at Rate Field. Sox did get 10 hits, but only 3 runs. You've got to come up with more productivity with 10 hits. You've got to find a way to score more than 3 runs. And I thought the bullpen was Both guys that came in, Leisure and Richards, both gave up runs. But by the point they gave up runs, the ball game was effectively over. White Sox lose this one by a final of 10-3. Quick look at the starting pitching matchup. We call it Winging It, brought to you by our great partners at Hooters, originalhooters.com. So Hudson was the opener, but then Fetty, 3 1/3 of 10 hit. 10 hits. I mean, unacceptable to give up that much in 3 1/3. 8 runs, all earned, 3 Ks, 2 walks, and a home run. Leisure gave up the grand slam, but walked into a really tough situation. And then Richards finished it off, and he also gave up a home run late to Willie Adames. For the San Francisco Giants, Adrian Hauser, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs. They're earned, 5 Ks, no walks, no home runs. And then Gage picked up the win because it was tied. Gage got the win, inning and a third of 1 hit, 4 strikeout, no walk, no run baseball. And their bullpen did a magnificent job covering the final 4 1/3 innings. White Sox lose this one big. Find a way to win tomorrow. You take the series and you finish a 500 road trip. That would be solid. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I appreciate you greatly. Have a great holiday weekend. Stay safe. Take that.